Before I quit porn, I actually thought that porn is somehow a superior sexual experience to real sex. I know it sounds crazy, like, how could you prefer jacking off to the screen when there's a real woman in front of you? How, like, surely the screen is trying to emulate the real woman, so surely the real deal would be better. But I always thought, like, I kind of just liked jerking off to porn, and it confused the fuck out of me. And you might have felt this too, like, why do I prefer jerking off to a screen than a real woman? Why is it with a real woman that's not as good? When I quit porn, I realised I'd be happier without it. I realised my life's going to be better in many ways without porn. I realised that porn didn't do much for me. It didn't give me this insane pleasure. It didn't relieve my emotional stress. It didn't do much for me, and actually, I was happier without it. I thought, I'm going to experience some positive changes, and I did, and real sex became like insane. And I started to realize that the sort of hardcore sex that we see in porn is just so not what it is actually like. Like real sex, like evolutionarily how we're meant to bang chicks, isn't this like fucking or shagging. It's a lot better, it's a lot more passionate, it's a lot more real, it's a lot more vulnerable, it's a lot cooler, a lot more human. It's like, it's fucking better. It's And I see how like hookups are kind of like analogous to porn. Like when I've had hookups, they're always, so then they're nice, but I'm a guy. Like I like to get off. Like what the fuck? But it's essentially using the other human as your own masturbatory object. It's not amazing. But then the real sex is just fucking better. Like the real sex when I was PMOing was like, couldn't really get into it. I couldn't really, because I was looking at it with a pornified view, right? I was looking at women with the pornified view of like, women are porn, women are. It's horrible, and I feel ashamed to fucking say it, but like, I'd view a woman's ass as like the real version of, like a 3D version of porn, right? Porn is like a 2D screen. It's like a 2D image or like video on a screen, right? I'd see a woman's ass in real life as just kind of like 3D porn, when it's like that's terrible. I mean, she's a real person, and like it's cool to see a woman's bum through her leggings and be like, that's fucking hot, like I want that. That's normal. That's like you're a man, like you fucking feel that shit. It's nice. But it doesn't mean that I have to mentally get off to it like it's a porn video in real life. And now I walk through the world, and if a girl has a nice ass, yeah, I can appreciate it. Yeah, it's fucking amazing, but I don't have to view it as if it's porn. I don't have to mentally get off to it in the same way. I don't have to like believe that I have to get off to it. With porn, when you're a porn addict, when you have that addict self-image, when you believe you're addicted, you're never actually addicted, by the way. But when you believe you're addicted, you look at a girl's ass, you think, oh, I can't not look at it. And I used to tell myself the story of, oh, like, I'm just such a dude. It's so cringe thinking about it now. But I'd think like, oh, I'm such a guy, like I just love ass. And that means that I can't not look at a woman's ass. And it's like, well, you can not look at it. You're choosing not to because you see value in it. You like feeling like a dude. You like feeling like a man. But now it's like, oh, I can feel like a man having passionate sex with a girl and like having that like gooey kind of shit. Not gooey as in that. Gooey as in like where you like the chick or whatever. And it's not, and it doesn't demasculate me in the same way. Whereas before it was like, oh, you need to be railing a chick out. You need to be fucking her brains out. You need to be staring at girls' arse. You need to like be fingering them, and you need to be this kind of like porn star-esque kind of guy in life. And you just don't. That doesn't make you more manly. Actually, in my opinion, probably made me. I was probably more of a pussy because I was essentially a nerdy Kuma who was walking around the world viewing everything in this Kuma lens, right? And I did that because I wanted to do that, because I believed I had to do that, because I believe that's what men do, and I'm a man, so I believed I had to do it. When then, once I stopped watching porn, I realised a whole bunch of other things, like I don't need to be doing that. I don't need to view the world in this pornified lens. I can look at women and want women, but I don't have to look at them in a pornified way. I don't have to consider them as a 3D version of what I'm looking on at the screen. I can look at them as beautiful in their own right, sexy in their own real way, instead of being related or connected to what I've been watching on the screen. And so I think this is one of the underrated advantages as well. Like, a lot of the advantages people think about when quitting porn is like, oh, the dopamine returns to normal and stuff. And I mean, that's amazing, but and even if it is, I don't even know if that's legit, but to be honest, one of the great advantages I've had is just a complete perspective change. I'm no longer looking at women in this pornified way. I'm not looking at the world in this pornified way. It's fucking amazing. It's great. So, and I'm still like, I'm still kind of, it's still new for me, you know? It's not instant. There's still like, it's still kind of like, it's kind of like I'm in a new world. And the thing is, that's exactly what's happened. When you leave a cult, which is what porn addiction is a cult. It's a belief system with its own rules. When you leave it and you look at the world with fresh eyes, it's like, dude, I can be masculine as shit, and it doesn't detract from my manhood that I don't want to be this Kuma guy. And in fact, being a Kuma is actually less masculine, and actually having intimacy with real women and not having this porn star kind of ideal to aspire to is actually fucking dope. And men throughout history haven't been these pornified guys. They've been men who like women and respect women and want intimacy with women. And that's actually the best feeling as well. The pornified thing is actually watered down. We view porn as like, oh, it's this instant gratification that makes you feel better than real sex. That's just a story. That's bullshit. Like, I've experienced that. I prefer real women and real girls and real chicks, you know, and not just like a pornified image of them. And porn is so entrenched in our culture. Like, dude, I've had friends in the past that like talk about women in this pornified way, and I don't mean, you can talk about how hot women are. I'm not saying be a pussy, like don't be a faggot about it. But what I'm saying is you don't need to have this pornified view. You don't need to view them as like ass on legs. You can view them as like hot in their own real respect, as opposed to being like a hot image. Like, I kind of get what objectification is now. Before I didn't get it. I was like, objectification is bullshit. Like, you're allowed to find women hot. Isn't that? I thought objectification was just finding women hot physically. That isn't what objectification is. Objectification is viewing women as actual objects, which is what, put my hands up, fucking was guilty of it. But now I'm like, dude, like, women are fucking cool as shit. They're hot as fuck. They're great. And I prefer them to porn. Porn's a fucking bunch of baloney. Because I don't need porn to relieve my stress anymore. I don't need porn to have insane pleasure anymore. Like, I'm totally cool without it. It's something I can take or leave. It's kind of like, it's fucking great. And I want this for everyone. And I don't feel bad because, you know, I feel like, you know, as a teenager, I really didn't think this way. And I did quote unquote miss out, but I'm happy. I'm 24. I'm still young. I've got my whole life ahead of me. And I'm happy I went through a load of bullshit so I can help other guys. Like, I went through this nightmare of pornifying my own reality, which I didn't need to do, but I did it because I thought it was good. And now I think it's not good. I've stopped doing it. I feel better. And now I want to help other people. It's just, so was it a bad thing that happened? Well, yeah, it affected me negatively. I felt like shit, but it now means that I can help other people. So was it really a bad thing? I think if you guys want to help, like, I think we should all fucking band together and shit and like try and spread good information. You guys, if you're watching a lot of these vids, you probably know that the freedom model is true and that like addiction isn't actually real. It's us. And what we can best do is fucking educate the fuck out of people and try and make other people see the light. Read the freedom model if you haven't already. Good Lord. And then afterwards, message me on Telegram and I'll help you out with anything you don't understand. Read it first, and then message me. And then anything you don't understand, we can go through. and I'll do it for free for a limited time. I'm gonna start charging at some point. Like I'm honestly just waiting to be better at coaching people for free, and then I'll start charging, and I can start making a bit of dough off of this. But my objective has never been to make money. If I wanted to make money, I would have done any other. I would do a different business model. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it. Clearly, you can hear it in my voice, and I truly want to help people. I think that this shit can go big, and not in terms of make money. I mean, we can start a ripple and help people, because it's all about people helping people, like guys helping guys. You know, it's not about me helping people. It's about me helping a few people, and then a few people help more people, and it's this chain reaction of just spreading the message and honestly, like, once people realize that this shit is legit, they will want to spread it. People are altruistic when they fucking see another guy in pain. They are. I believe in the good in humanity. There's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on, but guys will want to help guys that are in pain. We do. We want to help other fucking dudes. We just do. That's it. Read the book, man. If you haven't already, please read it. Good Lord. If you like the vid, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Been a bit of a tangent, but that's it.